cattle over there. It's kind of chilly this morning, but that sun beating down on them makes them feel good. This is the coming up on the ranch where the U.S. Forest Department bought this ranch from a judge. They call it the AG Ranch. I hope this is not making everybody sick. Just wiggling around like this, but I can't hold that camera and drive. I could just hold the camera and turn loose the steering wheel. That might work. Okay, this is that ranch. And they have those trailers. That's what they haul the mules in. That's a little work shed right there. What do you think of this place, Gran? Kind of wild, isn't it? I'll go in here and see what this guy's got to say.
He lives in California, inherited it. He never batted an eye, said he wanted 300,000.
300.
And it doesn't give us access to the forest. This neighbor here comes up behind him. Neighbor up the river comes behind him.
Uh-huh.
So they just flat said no. So I said, well, I negotiated with Steve Hickel to buy his place. We are working on that. 700 acres, it gives us access to the forest. It gives us about 600 acres of farm ground to raise hay.
Uh-huh. So you'd raise your own hay and
sell it to other Forest Service districts.
uh-huh.
And I would bring in approximately 70 to 100 head of horses in the wintertime. Forest Service horses to winter here.
Uh-huh.
Which, if we ever get situated, that'd be no problem.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what Albert Gould was, but he had this ranch. We bought it from him. Road. We got a little pasture between there and the highway. But this all used to be good farm ground.
Yeah, this guy was a judge, wasn't he? I heard that. What was his name?
Albert Gould.
Albert Gould.
Albert Gould. I guess he had a couple of presidents.
That's where Danny Rayburn lives, right there in that log house.
Oh.
He built my home. That house is a little smaller than our home.
That's a nice home.
Yeah, Danny does good work.
I don't know that I ever met him.
Hey, but he has that log yard there in Bailey.
Oh, that's him.
Going up the hill. That's him.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Where are the mules? They were in that pasture over there.
They're over here. See, they've got the whole run of the ranch right now.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
See, we're thinning out trees up here. We just got started before that shut down. We're going to thin this so we can have a locally stacked, stack yard.
Uh-huh.
This tin shed, we've got a carpenter shop and a welding shop in here, and some storage. They were going to tear it down. They were going to burn my barn down.
Oh, my.
This is the way the government thinks. We're going to burn this down. Went up, cut poles by hand and peeled them and built this trail. Then I got Dave putting some doors on the barn and we closed this in. Maybe $1,500 in this barn.
Oh, yeah.
I got 300 and
Nice.
some bales of hay in there.
Woo.
And I got this,
Sure.
that's full.
Uh-huh.
2 semi-loads. Last year, I'm here halfway warm,
Yeah, nice.
but this was so dusty that I had to cover this hay.
Uh-huh.
So running around the districts, these are old picnic tables. And this spring, when it warms up, I'll take the brush hog up here on this hill and knock that brush down. And when it comes back, it'll be a lot more tender. And I've got about 4 trophy buck deer live on this hill.
Is that right?
Yeah. Of course, so we closed this to shoot on account of we bring our mules down here during hunting season.
Uh-huh.
Because if they were up on top, they'd shoot them.
Yeah. I noticed some guys are starting to put orange blankets on their horses in the pastures.
Yeah. They'll shoot them through the blankets.
Yeah, they'll shoot right through it.
Yeah, if they're going to shoot one, they're going to shoot him.
Yeah.
See, that little house sits right here, and it's a whale of a little place.
Oh, is a house in there?
Yeah, an old house. I don't even know if it's got room water. Here, it's got shelter in both of them. Got a little grass in both of them. And first of the year, we'll bring everything in here and feed them. My plan now, of course, when we get that other acreage fenced, they may not even have to come in here. If you're anything like me, see, you'll have to drive up here every day.
Yeah.
It's for
Beautiful.
the big bucks.
Yeah.
They're coming down. This is my first year ever feeding alfalfa hay to horses. And I had a bunch of leftover on the trailer.
Uh-huh.
I kicked it out the front barn. Some deer coming in there and eating it at night. But, you know, stuff like this we need to clean up. If you like me, waterboard, it runs pretty fast. And this is our property line here. This guy doesn't doctor his horses